High in the dark mountain pass, Hodge's red eyes burned with evil energy. He rolled down the siding and set off to find Diesel 10.
I have a plan.
Hodge growled as he found the clawed Diesel lurking in the shadows.
We need to get the green diesel fuel cars and take them straight to the ghost works on the mainland.
Brilliant, Diesel 10 cackled, his claws snapping in the night air. Together, they collected the glowing green tank cars and began hauling them down the line. But as they neared the junction, they spotted Koko resting on a quiet siding. Hodge and Diesel 10 rolled up alongside her.
Koko,
Hodge purred sinisterly, his red eyes flashing.
we need you back as our boss again.
Koko paused, her electric motor humming uncertainly. She had learned her lesson long ago and had been trying so hard to be nice to everyone on Sodor. She looked at Hodge, her headlights dimming with doubt.
I'm not sure. This doesn't feel right.
But Koko,
Hodge pressed, leaning in closer. What about this? Doing this will make you our leader once again. Koko hesitated, thinking of her beloved route.
Well, I do want to keep my express, still.
Just then, memories of every time the other engines had doubted her, teased her, or been rude to her came rushing back. The warmth in her eyes faded, instantly replaced by a sharp, cold glare as her dark side completely took over.
You're right.
Koko sneered, a villainous smirk spreading across her faceplate.
I don't need them. They were already very rude to me anyway. Let's go.
Caleb pulled into Tidmouth Sheds, his boiler hissing with intense worry.
Brewster, Koko's missing.
Caleb boomed, looking frantically around the empty berths. Before Brewster could even answer, Diesel 10 suddenly rumbled past the sheds with a wicked grin. Sensing danger, Caleb backed out of the sheds immediately and gave chase down the main line. As he rounded the bend near the junction, Caleb's eyes went wide. There was Koko, her electric motor screaming as she sped down the rails hauling a train of glowing green diesel fuel cars, flanked by Hodge and Diesel 10.
Koko,
Caleb gasped, blowing a loud, desperate blast of his steam whistle.
you're back to your old evil side. But how?
Koko looked back over her shoulder, a cold, mocking sneer plastered across her faceplate.
Yes.
Koko cackled, her headlights flashing dark and sinister.
And this is payback for what you did to me in the past. I was the main express engine. I was the fastest, the strongest, and the best. Then you came along and took my spot.
Koko, that's not true.
Caleb tried to plead.
I've had enough, Caleb.
Koko shouted, her voice echoing down the valley.
This is the final straw.
Come back with those cars.
Caleb yelled, opening his regulator full to give chase. Koko just laughed, her motor whirring into hyperdrive as she vanished down the track.
You'll have to catch me first.
Koko taunted evilly.
Green cars coming through.
Caleb's massive driving wheels pounded against the iron rails as he pursued Koko through the dark, misty forests leading toward the mainland. Sparks flew from his wheels as he pushed his boiler to its absolute limit, desperate to save his sister. Up ahead, the ominous silhouette of the ghost works loomed through the fog. The decaying iron structures and abandoned sidings creaked in the cold wind. Koko screeched to a halt right in the center of the yard, the green diesel fuel cars glowing eerily against the dark metal surroundings. Flanking the entrance were Ari and Bert, their faces twisted into menacing grins as their diesel engines idling menacingly.
Well,
Ari sneered, his claws snapping shut.
look who decided to follow our new boss.
You're a long way from home, Steamy.
Bert cackled. Caleb rolled into the yard, bringing his heavy train to a stop. Steam hissed loudly from his cylinders as he glared past the ironworks diesels, staring straight at Koko.
Koko, stop this madness.
Caleb pleaded, his voice echoing through the hollow factory walls.
This isn't you. Don't let them turn you back into something you're not.
Koko slowly turned toward him, her headlights flashing a cold, menacing red inside the shadowy Ghostworks.
It is me, Caleb.
Koko sneered coldly, as Ari, Bert, Hodge, and Diesel 10 surrounded the LNER Pacific. Ari, Bert, Hodge, and Diesel 10 cackled, thinking they had trapped the big steam engine. But Caleb wasn't stuck at all. The turntable pit he had backed onto was actually filled with deep water, cushioning his wheels. With a massive surge of steam and a loud blast of his whistle, Caleb puffed right out of the pit, his driving wheels gripping the iron rails.
Where's Koko?
Caleb demanded, spinning around as steam billowed across the Ghostworks. Suddenly, a high-pitched electric motor screeched behind him. Koko burst through the fog, her red headlights glaring as she gave chase.
Now I'll get you, Caleb.
Koko shouted evilly, her wheels spinning at top speed.
You won't get away with this, Koko.
Caleb roared back, opening his regulator to full power. Caleb reversed direction and charged straight toward her. Instead of turning away, he used all his massive steam power to push Koko, forcing her down the long line toward the old river crossing. Koko's brakes screeched loudly against the tracks, but Caleb was far too heavy and strong. He pushed her straight off the edge of the line, forcing her right into a deep, muddy barrage in the river below. Water and mud burst into the air as Koko settled hopelessly into the riverbank, her motors shorting out with a shower of sparks. She looked up from the mud, her red evil glow fading away into pure embarrassment.
Oh no!
Koko groaned, stuck tight. Caleb looked down from the bridge, blowing a long, heavy cloud of steam into the cold air.
Goodbye, Koko.
Caleb said sternly, turning back toward Sodor to finally put an end to the Diesel's evil plan once and for all. Caleb pulled slowly into Tidmouth Sheds, his firebox burning low and his heavy steam chest hissing in the quiet night air. He looked over at Koko's empty berth, a sudden wave of guilt washing over his boiler.
Oh no!
Caleb whispered to himself, his eyes widening.
What have I done?
Unable to rest, Caleb turned on the turntable, opened his regulator, and raced all the way back to the river barrage at the Ghostworks. Down in the thick, cold mud of the riverbank, Koko was shivering, her electric motor covered in silt and wet leaves. Hearing the familiar puffing of a steam engine, she looked up tearfully as Caleb stopped on the tracks above.
Please get me out, Caleb.
Koko cried out, her voice trembling.
I'm so sorry.
Caleb carefully backed down the access ramp, dropping his heavy tow chain down into the mud.
I'm sorry too, Koko. I thought you were a fake Koko. But why would you do all of this?
Koko looked down at her muddy buffers, tears welling in her eyes as she spoke from her heart.
Well, when I was first built alongside you and Gordon, I was just as evil as I was tonight.
Koko explained softly.
After I changed into a hero back in Chuggington, I realized that being evil never truly taught me my lesson. I only did this tonight because I was still carrying so much hurt and anger from all our arguing in the past.
Caleb blinked in total shock, his steam letting off a long, quiet sigh.
Why didn't you just tell me, Koko? Why didn't you tell me you were still struggling with your old evil side?
I was too ashamed.
Koko whispered. Without another word, Caleb hooked his heavy iron chain tightly to Koko's front coupling. With a massive roar of steam and his driving wheels gripping the icy rails, Caleb pulled with all his strength, hauling Koko right out of the dark barrage. Back on solid ground, the two siblings stood side by side in the moonlight, finally ready to leave the darkness behind for good. Later that night, the stars shone brightly over Tidmouth Sheds. The yard was quiet, save for the soft humming of Brewster's diesel engine as he waited up for Caleb and Koko to return. When Caleb slowly pushed Koko into her berth, her paint was still stained with mud and river water from the barrage. She kept her eyes fixed on her buffers, too ashamed to look anyone in the face. Caleb quietly explained everything to the rest of the team. How Koko had been tricked by Hodge and Diesel 10, how her dark past had resurfaced, and how she had struggled with her old, evil side. Brewster listened silently, his headlight glowing gently in the dark. Instead of getting cross, he rolled forward until his buffers were just inches from Koko's.
Koko,
Brewster said softly, his voice full of warmth and understanding.
you don't have to be ashamed.
Koko peeked up, her eyes wide with surprise.
You. You aren't mad at me, Brewster?
Brewster gave a gentle, rumbling chuckle.
I was just like you once, Koko. Before I became part of the Brave team, I had a dark side too. I made terrible mistakes, hurt my friends, and let my bad temper get the better of me. Oliver even used a reset on me because I was so lost.
Koko gasped softly.
You did?
I did.
Brewster nodded, looking at her warmly.
Having an evil side in your past doesn't mean you're a bad engine today. What matters is that you fought it, you apologized, and you chose your family over the darkness.
A real, genuine smile finally returned to Koko's faceplate. She let out a happy beep of her horn as the heavy weight in her engine lifted away.
Thank you, Brewster.
Koko whispered gently. Surrounded by Caleb, Brewster, and the rest of her true friends, Koko finally closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, knowing she would never have to face her dark side alone again.
Caleb and his team. Kira, he's the grand one. Gordon, he's the pro woman. Koko, she's the arrogant one. Brewster, he's the strong one. Wilson, he's the hopeful one. Thomas, he's the cheeky one. Aaron, he's the wise one. Percy and Toby, they're friends. His breathing.